on a future agenda to have the city contribute the remainder of the funds between the donations, the insurance, and the remainder, basically.
Thank you, Mayor Bills and the City Council for inviting us to make a presentation tonight. We started this project just by talking neighbor to neighbor. We started saying, you know, the entrance to our neighborhood is quite run down and dilapidated, falling over. The columns are literally leaning. You can make them wobble. The metal posts are rotting out. They're rusting through, I should say. And so it's in bad shape. And so talking with each other, we thought, well, we need to do something. Who's going to do it? And we decided, let's do it. We did talk to the city, and who told us that the property had been deeded to the city by the developer who originated the property, development of the property. So the city owns the property, maintains that property, but it's just, I understand it's a rather unique situation. So we have an entrance to our neighborhood that's not controlled by our HOA. We don't have an HOA. It's owned by the city, but it's falling apart. Over the past year and a half, we met together as a group of interested neighbors, had a steering committee, if you will. We examined several different ideas from our entire neighborhood, and we decided, we developed a consensus amongst us to come up with this particular plan that you see. Next, we asked for bids. We got 2 bids, one for $160,000 and another for $92,000. And of course, we chose the $92,000. We then had to raise the money, and we split our neighborhood up into groups, and then went out and canvassed the entire neighborhood door to door. And that's a little awkward when you're trying to raise money with your neighbors. It's a little awkward to go up and say, neighbors would like to donate, and then have to follow up. But we did it, and we persisted, and we were able to get $66,000. But I will say that the neighborhood responded amazingly well. We have a really broad support from the entire neighborhood, and some gave as much as they could, and others much, much more. So during our fundraising campaign, we noticed that there were some neighbors who were original to the neighborhood and who expressed some dismay that they had been assessed a impact fee of some kind, and they felt like they never saw the results from that. We promised to bring it up with the city council, and so here we are. But that's not our main reason. Our main reason is to try to see if we can get monies from the city to help us finish this project. That's our big ask. The bid was $92,000. We've raised $65,000. Maybe a little bit more will come in. So we got the bid several months ago. I'm not sure if the price will go up. I don't know if it'll be a cost overrun, but we're hopeful and we're excited to proceed. And we appreciate your allowing us to come. We would ask if we could enter into some kind of arrangement where we could get some funds from the city.
Perfect. Thank you. We really appreciate your work. It's so nice to have somebody bring a problem and a solution as well. Let's start with Councilwoman Roselle, and I'm just interested to know if you are interested in this coming back as an agenda item.
Yes, very interested, and they have my full support, but the city helps pay for the rest of it since it is owned by the city and supposed to be maintained by the city.
Councilmember Smith?
I agree with that. And on the impact fees, we need to look at that pretty carefully. So there were open space fees and impact fees that were paid, and we used part of those to develop the park there, but the park's never been finished. And that's been kind of one of my priorities to finish that. We'd like to put a billion in there, a few things, but we'll have to kind of research how much on the impact fees, because that all happened when that neighborhood was developed after the turn of the century, basically. And I think in 2012, we built, part of the park, but it was in a 5-phase thing, and only about 1.5 of the phases have been done, maybe 2 now, which have the restrooms. So we need to look and see what's left from those original impact fees.
Councilmember Courtney, are you interested in bringing this back?
I am interested in bringing it back.
Councilmember Campbell, are you interested in bringing this back?
100%. I just have to say that this is what I call leveraging our tax dollars. I mean, you've gone out and had so far that it shows my age, but I used to have to talk to legislators and say, if I give you $1, if you give me $1, I'll give you 5. What do you think? And well, it's called federal money, and if you contribute to the state, this is along the same lines. We give you $1, you give us back $3 or $4 to work on property that we own. It belongs to the city. The entire city will benefit from this, not just the neighbors in Twin Peaks. It's a slam dunk. This leverages, we give this much, we get this much out of it. I fully support this.
I really do support it, especially when you've raised money. You certainly made a huge effort, and this isn't all on the city. So thank you for doing that. I really admire that. And I don't know if anybody has looked at their pictures of how dilapidated that is. I'm hoping that the council will take a close look. I was early enough to look at that, so it's really deteriorated. It's not just a matter of, it's gone.
I don't know if you had those pictures, but we have other pictures of anyway, I can bring these up. Yes.
Erin?
Yes, ma'am. On this, ironically, while we were going through this process, a teenage driver ran into the dilapidated entryway. My understanding is they're okay, so we can talk about it lightly. But so what we'll do is we'll put it on a future agenda to have the city contribute the remainder of the funds between the donations, the insurance, and the remainder, basically.
Perfect, I think that would be great. And council, if you have any further questions, we can ask them to staff between now and our.
And one good news for the neighborhood, we have in the budget for next fiscal year putting a pavilion in your park, and the council has supported that so far. So I know it's not the full, thank council because that was their priority at the budget retreat, but I know that's not the full of the phases that Councilmember Smith was talking about, but we're trying to take some baby steps for you.
The design we come up with, we try to make maintenance proof. Currently, one of the problems with the corrosion that we're getting on the ironworks is that the sprinkler systems are spraying directly on them. We thought that we'd discover some kind of a drip system, but that's not what's there. We thought that
We appreciate it. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much.